Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavihari Dava Kunjavihari Radha Madhava Kunjavihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janarandana Yashodanandana Vraja Janarandana Yamunatira Yamunatira Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Sila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Sila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Sila Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, 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 Gurudev, 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 Jai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Jayam Vishnu Paramahasa Paribrajagacharya Astuttara Seta Shishima Divine Grace ISKCON founder Acharya Guru A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayam Vishnu Paramahasa Paribrajagacharya Astuttara Seta Shishima Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananda Gaudiya Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridasa Thakur Ki Jai Prem Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Krishna Shyam Kund Radha Giri Gaura Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mathura Dham Ki Jai Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Ganges Mai Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Ki Jai Samavesha Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premananda All glorious assemblies, all glorious assemblies, all glorious assemblies. Glory to Shri Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. Om Vishnu Padre Krishna Vrita Bhuta Vesmati Paricita Shamati Namaste Krishna Om Namo Bhagavate Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udire Nashta Praisha Patrishu Ityam Bhagavata Sevaya Namasluti Bhakti Bhakti Nashtiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Ajnana Tirandasya Gyanandana Salakaya Chaturunditam Yena Mai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Shasasandena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamajim Sarati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Sapadakam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Shagyajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajidam Sadvetam Savadvitam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapati Gopisa Gopikanta Taptakanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhasute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakal Pataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Our reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 14, The Forest of Enjoyment, Text 23. Text 23. Ata now, cha and tasmat. Because of this, ubhayata api, both in this life and in the next, he undoubtedly karma, fruitive activities, as means on this part of sense enjoyment, Atmana, of the living entity, samsara, of material life, avapanam, the cultivation ground or source, udaharanti, the authorities of the Vedas say, translation. Learned scholars and transcendentalists therefore condemned the materialistic part of fruitive activity because it is the original source. Because it's the original source and breeding ground for material miseries, both in this life and in the next. Please repeat. Learned scholars and transcendentalists therefore condemn the materialistic parts of fruitive activity because it is the original source and breeding ground for material miseries, both in this life and in the next. Purport: not knowing the value of life, karmis create situations whereby they suffer in this life and the next. Unfortunately, karmis are very attached to material sense gratification, and they cannot appreciate the miserable condition of material life, neither in this life nor in the next. Therefore, the Vedas enjoin that one should awaken to spiritual consciousness. Therefore, the Vedas enjoin that one should awaken to spiritual consciousness and utilize all his activities to attain the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavad Gita 9:27. Joshi Jat Ashnashi Jat Juhoshi Dadasi Sat Jat Tapashyasi Kaunteya Tat Kurusha. Also, Kunti, all that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as all austerities that you may perform, should be done as an offering unto me. The result of all one's activities should be utilized, not for sense gratification, but for the mission of the Supreme Personality of God. The Supreme Lord gives all information about Gita, about the aim of life. About Gita, he demands surrender unto him. People do not generally like this demand, but one who cultivates spiritual knowledge for many birds eventually surrenders unto the lotus feet of God. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gyanamam Padyati. That is the end of Papa to text 23 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 14, entitled The Forest of Enjoyment. Learned scholars and transcendentalists therefore condemned the materialistic part of fruitive activity because it is the original source and breeding ground of material uses, both in this life and in the next. Avapanam is the word uses. Avapanam. Avapanam, the cultivation ground or source. Cultivation ground or breeding ground. Breeding. If our kitchen furniture are not clean, if the kitchen furniture are not clean, some remnant of food are there. Cockroaches will come and eat and stay there. They will produce you. The production will continue until the whole place will become full with cockroaches. So it is the breeding ground or a cultivation ground, like a gardener. A gardener will have to cultivate the ground by putting necessary manure, Now they use fertilizer, but originally it is manure, natural. It's naturally manure because it comes from the earth. If you dig a pit and pipe the whole place with the grass, oh boy, huge quantity of variety of leaves and cover it, it will become a and decomposed. It will get rotten. When you put it on the ground, before you plant your seed, they will come out very nicely, very nicely. Or you use cow dung. So cow dung is very powerful manure for cultivating fresh. Even the crops to be very fresh, to be healthy. You need to cultivate the ground. Then the crops will come out fresh and give us huge quantity of produce. Similarly, the verse is telling us that all the scholars, Tattvavidas, the scholar, those who knows the absolute truth, due to their deliberate deliberation from their experience of studying the scriptures, having practical life realizations in their practical dealings every day, they understood that fruitive activity, fruit means the result of what we do, the result of our activities. Like after working in a company for a month, the fruit of that activity is the salary. That's the fruit. The fruit depends on how your performance in that company. That's the breeding ground. A breeding ground for us to have a fat paycheck is one performance in that company. So our suffering in this material world is due to our intense desire for the result of our activities. All the activities in this material world, all our activities in this material world, which has no connection, is not meant for Christian satisfaction. It is not for pleasing Krishna, but for oneself is the cause of our suffering. There is nothing there that could be the cause of our suffering. The cause of everyone's suffering in this material world is our desire to enjoy the result of our activities. Lord Krishna told Arjuna Bhargita, you have the right to perform your duty because by nature we can't stay without action. We have the right to do duty, but we are not entitled to the result. Want to speak? Huh? We are not entitled to the result. Why? The result is contaminated. The contamination is our desire. In the Christian fold, they said, where you work, that is where you eat. Where you work is where you eat. Is applicable in your material life and in the church also. Because I work in the church, you should be paid salary. Apart from Christian concept or the Vedic, all Christians, your Reverend Father, your Sannyasi, you have salary, you have pay, and you have holiday also. have holiday. How will you enjoy your salary if you have no holiday? So you get holiday to go and gratify your senses. One day we took His Holiness Bhattacharya Maharaj to one of the seminary schools. There are so many seminary schools in West Africa. So many. So he was looking at all the so-called monks. He was looking at all of them. And he started laughing. So they were curious. Why so much? So he said, in our tradition, we have a principle that giving us strength to follow the regulations. But what principle do you have? What principle do you have to guide you to maintain your celibacy? What principle do you have? So you are jokers. All of them, they kept quiet because they know that. In other words, Gurudev is telling them, you are all pretending because there's so many things you are hiding behind. So you can't maintain the principle. So because the culture is, don't do anything free. Don't do anything free. Everything you do, you should get the result of it. Otherwise, how you maintain? Your maintenance will come from where you work. You're not stealing. You see how they think about it. You're not stealing. This one is that they work. So you are paid for it. Therefore, have to gratify their senses. The problem is enjoy what we have worked because to suffer and will stay. It is what is keeping us in this material. Because the result of our activities are sinful. Therefore, eating sin, according to our Gita 3:13. Or Gita 3:13. Chapter 3, text 13. Lord Krishna clearly defined everything. Jagya, that is the first thing. Jagya. The first word here is Jagya sister Asina Santa. Santa. Devotees are engaged in Jagya. What is Jagya of a devotee? The Jagya of a devotee is that everything is offered to the Lord. Everything. That is the beginning of auspiciousness. Everything is offered to Krishna first. So devotees who are tasting the food before offering to Krishna, they are committing offenses. You are a contamination. Don't taste anything before it is offered to Krishna or offered to the spiritual master. If you taste it, you have polluted the whole thing. It is not meant for you. And these devotees are so degraded. They're so degraded to think that, no. I want to check if the salt is correct before I offer it to the Guru. Before I offer to Krishna. That is their own imperfection. That is your imperfection. If you are a good cook, you don't need to taste it to check if the salt is correct. You don't. If you're a good cook, a bad cook will not know the quantity of salt to put. You know? I know one devotee, when they are asking, do you count the salt you put in your food? He said, in Ivory Coast, Bhakti Maharaj's student. I asked him, do you count the salt you put in your food? Because every time he's cooked the food, the salt is perfect. You don't need to add, you don't need to subtract. Not too much, not too less. It's a human being with one head. Why we need to taste it first before offering? That is contamination. We don't taste anything before we offer to Krishna. Otherwise, he have performed Krishna's duty. Krishna's duty is what? To remove the sin. Then he gives us back prasada. Now you are giving us your own prasada, not Krishna's prasada. And you are powerful to carry the sins and liberate the plant and the seed which we destroy. Yeah, we destroy the soul in those seeds. One seed, how many souls will you get? Just one seed. It will multiply, 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 multiply. So if you take one seed, we have become billions of souls. Billions. Only Krishna has the power to remove it. So we should not test it. Let Krishna test it. So if you are such a bad cook, Hare Krishna, then a cooking, put salt separate, put salt separate, ginger separate, and lime separate. There are three things: ginger, salt, separate plate. In Bengali, they will put pepper also. Raw, very hot pepper. They also put by the side. If I'm Bengali, if I'm not the Bengali, it's not necessary. But these three things you can put by the side. The idea is that if you do not, the Christian will put himself. And actually, it's not good to add salt after cooking. Better to take it like that, because when you put the salt, it will change the taste. It will also make it not suitable for consumption. The service the salt is supposed to perform, it will not act, it will not perform again. You may get the taste, but it will not perform nicely. So Krishna said here, Jagya Sista Sina Santo Munchiti Sarva Kilbisa. Sarva Kilbisa. Sins. Why? Jagya Sista Sina. They eat only Krishna remnant. They eat only Krishna remnant. That means what Krishna has eaten is prasada. Not that, okay, it doesn't contain meat. Bread doesn't contain meat inside. So we cannot buy bread and eat. This is boga. It will contaminate the heart. For those who are making advancements, you will see immediate result. The moment you taste boga, immediately you see the result. For those who are making advancement. For those who are making advancement, it doesn't make any. When you're making advancement, it will show immediately. It will show in mind. It will show on their body. So devotees are free from sin. Krishna is speaking. Bunjate te tu agam papa. This is a Krishna has changed the topic now. Krishna has changed the topic. So when he said, please add salt to their preparation, but the sentence after that is changed. It's a different thing from the original. So Krishna is saying, Jagya sisters na santo munchete sarva kilvisaha. Devotees are free from sin because they eat only which is offered in bud. Bud means the next sentence is different. What is bud? Bunjate te tu agam papa je patenti atma karana. Those who are not devotees, they eat only sins. Only sin. Prabhupada in the purport they said, if one is a thief, and sinful, can he or she be happy? He gave the answer, no. No. Say no. Right. Therefore, fruitive activity should not be performed. And Krishna did not just leave us alone by speaking the philosophy. After telling us to give up the enjoying spirit, Krishna is not telling us to give up enjoyment, not telling us to stop activities. He's telling us to do what? Give up the enjoy mentality in what we do. That's what Krishna is saying. How do we do that? Remove our mind from it. When we cook and offer to Krishna, does Krishna eat everything and leave us alone? No, he take all the sins and send us back prasada. So we get knowledge. And it's not wonderful if one day you cook food and offer to Krishna, the place is empty. How will you feel? Huh? The whole world will hear about it. Right? The whole world will hear. Something is happening now in Krishna Balaram Temple in Bonake, Mauritius. Something is happening now. What is that? Krishna Balaram eating the whole of our food. We have become so fortunate. We have become so advanced that now, whatever we cook and offer to Krishna Balaram, they eat everything. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right? You know? It's wonderful. It should be like that. That's how it should be. That Krishna is accepting our offerings because it is fully loaded with your love, Krishna. Krishna will eat everything and ask for more. Anyo, 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 Anyo. Now we have Anyo village. Because Krishna is not tired of eating. He's eating and calling for more. Sridhar Mahaprabhu did the same thing. Srivas Pandit's house. He did the same thing. Devotees offered him something. He ate everything. All the devotees were bringing. Srivas were bringing. Advaita were bringing. All devotees they were bringing. He was eating. Until what they have in the house finished. Sridhar Mahaprabhu said, do you still have something more? Devotee with anxiety. Everything is finished. You don't have something more, something there. Oh Lord, this drink is finished. Nothing. Raw rice, bring it. It's not cooked. Chita was bring it. He ate everything. Yes. He ate everything because he was happy and satisfied with devotees. He ate. He's a supreme Lord. He's demonstrating his supreme position as a Lord, not as a sannyasi. This time, no more sannyasi. He's now the supreme Lord. He's showing his supremacy. And the devotees enjoyed it. So, not knowing the value of life, karmics create situations whereby they suffer in this life and the next. Our tomorrow's suffering is performed today. It is today. We are doing what we are going to pay for tomorrow. So our future, our tomorrow is today. Those are very wise. They prepare their future by the present activity. Like a person want to have a good job tomorrow. It is today you plan for it, not tomorrow. You plan for it today. So, non-devotees do not know that what we are going to suffer for tomorrow, it is what we are doing today. In other words, we can predict the future of anyone by looking at our present activity. We can know the future. It's not difficult. It's not difficult to know our future. That which is preoccupying our mind 24 hours is our future. Whatever we are thinking, whatever dominates our mind 24 hours, that is our future. So we can know what is going to happen tomorrow by looking at what we are now. It's not difficult. By the mercy of our chariots, we can see. So if we want to change our life for better, it is today we should do that. We are not hearing, and we are repeating the same mistakes we are making. And tomorrow, we devotees will be blaming Krishna. I'm losing faith in my Krishna consciousness because I'm praying and Krishna not answering me. I'm tired of Krishna. But when we are doing the activities which is bringing the suffering now, we didn't complain to Krishna. When we are paying for it, we blame Krishna. I'm praying for you since, and you're not answering. I better go to Lord Shiva because he will answer me now. Krishna doesn't answer. It is not true that Krishna does not. It is we who does not hear what Krishna is telling us. Everywhere am I? Yes. Krishna said, not me. Krishna said, Bhagavad Gita 13:14. Everywhere am I? Yes. How can we say Krishna hears prayer? It is we who does not hear, not Krishna. Because our ears are not everywhere. Our ear is blocked due to diseases. Due to diseases, we don't hear properly, we don't see properly. We have to use eyeglass to see. You need some microphone to hear properly, right? I remember you raise the microphone, right? Why we have difficulty? The problem is the activities you have performed in the past that we are paying for it. The eye doesn't see, the ear doesn't hear properly, the heart becomes weak, intelligence is not functioning, the mind is also very, very dull. All this is full of diseases. This is the result of our sinful activities. When our church are telling us, don't engage in sinful activities. Who are you to tell me like that? I know what to do. When the result comes, Krishna is not answering my prayers. Unfortunately, karmis are very attached to material sense gratification, and they cannot appreciate the miserable condition of material life, neither in this life nor in the next. One devotee in New Delhi, saw that his father was leaving the body. He was trying to help his father become a devotee. didn't take it serious. He tried, but father didn't follow. About to die. The son invited his devotees to come and have kirtan for his father. So the devotees were having kirtan. Just shortly before he left the body, he beckoned on his son, please come. The boy came, and the last word the father is going to say is very, very important. Very important. So the boy came very close to his father. So he said, that bag there, bring it. That bag there, bring it. The boy became very happy. Oh, my father is going to do the last religious activity before he leaves the body. He's going to do them. At least my prayers have been, yes, it's answered now. So he ran quickly so he can bring the bag on time before the father leaves the body. He want to give the father a chance to do something good before leaving the body. So the boy ran and grabbed the bag and brought it. The boy was devastated because the father, he didn't tell him to give the money to the devotees. He told him, please raise my head up. So the boy raised his head, so he put it under. So he put his head there and he left the body. He put his head on the bag of money and he left the body like that, thinking of money. In the fifth canto, this fifth canto where we are, Sukadeva Goswami described in chapter 26, in the last chapter in this canto, chapter 26, that the Yamadutas are going to use the money to stitch his body. You understand? The cloth he's going to wear is money. Right? The tailor uses a needle to stitch our dress. Yamadota will use needle to stitch his body with the money. It's in this canto. You will reach it. Fruitive activity, that is the result. Enjoying the result of fruitive activities, that is how it will end us. The boy was devastated. My father left inauspiciously, even though in the middle of kirtan. He tried his best, but the father didn't respond. That is the height of his father's karma. Therefore, the Vedas enjoin that one should awaken to spiritual consciousness and utilize all activities to attain the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have the opportunity to rectify our mistake. The human body is an opportunity for us to consciousness. Therefore, Krishna spoke, Jad Karosi, Jad Asnasi. Krishna is speaking. This verse is not for devotee. This is for encouraging condemned materialists to at least try to do something. This is an encouragement. Jad Karosi, Jad Asnasi. Whatever we eat, whatever we do, Krishna said, you can offer it to me. Give me something from it. Give me something from it. Give me something. He didn't require it all. So give me something from it. What you're going to eat, what you're going to offer. Give me some. Just Juhoshi the das yet. Give me charity. Give me something. Something. Jetaboshi, even the austerity which we perform, it should do the austerity for me. We are doing so many austerities in this material world. Heavy austerity to become sinful. Heavy austerity. We are doing. To gratify the sins to become sinful also requires a heavy amount of austerity. Hiranyakasipu was standing on the toes 120. Is this easy? Why did he do that? I want to kill the Brahma and kill Vishnu and become Vishnu myself. For that alone, he performed heavy austerity. What would have happened if he had done that for Krishna? Can we imagine the fortune if he had done that for Krishna? He didn't do it for Krishna, he did it for sanctification. For sanctification. I can become Brahma. I will kill Lord Brahma. I will kill Lord Vishnu. I will become Vishnu myself. He didn't succeed. If Krishna is making, it's a humble request. Tad Kurusham Mad Arpanam. Do this as an offering for me. Do this as an offering. We are doing so many offerings negatively. Krishna is advising us, do pious offering that will be the source of our liberation. This is difficult to do because we are very fortunate. O son of Kunti, all that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as all austerity that you may perform, should be done as an offering to me. Building a hospital to treat the poor people, it is not Krishna consciousness. It's not the same as devotional service. It is not. It is fruitful activity. The same higher, expanded sanctification, expanded pious activity. It's not pure. Because people do charity. People do charity not because they love us. They do charity as a means to use us to go to heaven. That is the only reason for better sanctification, not to go and worship Krishna. But if this is done for Krishna, it will save us from most abominable danger. The result of all one's activities should be utilized not for sanctification, but for the mission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sutta Goswami warned us also in the first canto. Although scriptures recommend duties for our ashrams, Sutta Goswami said, even though it is recommended in the scripture, according to our varana and ashram, it is recommended there. Sutta Goswami says, still, we shouldn't do it. If by doing it, it will not provoke attraction for Krishna, it is the same failure. We should do things only because that activities will help us develop love for Krishna. That is the only qualification we have to do any activities. That's our qualification. Anything more than this, it is the same expansion of ignorance. We'll continue to suffer. The Supreme Lord gives all information about Gita. Yes, as we are quoting. About the aim of life. And at the end of our Gita, he demands surrender unto him. Krishna requested we should surrender. Krishna didn't tell Arjuna to surrender in chapter 1 or chapter 17. Because Krishna took his time to teach Arjuna the duality of karma. Chapter 1 to 6 is all the karma. 7 to 12 is all gyan. It's all gyan. You know? That's what they see in our Gita. 1 to 6 is karma. It's all about karma. Knowledge is from 7 to 12. 13 to 18. And then Bhakti comes inside. So it is the last stage after Krishna has built our consciousness to understand why one should surrender. It should be understood. So for that reason, Krishna took time to train us to become mature. Then Surrender. The reason why I will tell you all this, I will teach you all these things to help you understand the purpose of surrender. Now you understood. Surrender to me. And Arjuna did. Arjuna surrendered to Krishna. And that was the perfection. Srila Prabhupada said that surrendering is not easy. It is very difficult. Surrendering is very difficult. Why? We don't understand. So Krishna has to teach us to understand the purpose of surrender. So that book is there. Renunciation is true wisdom. Wisdom. Renunciation is true wisdom. Without wisdom, why should I surrender to? For what? So Krishna took time to train us so he can teach us surrender. And when one surrender unto it, when one surrender to Krishna, of course it said, Bahunam Janmanamante, Gyanavam Mampapayate, it will take many births for the same thing, to cultivate all the necessary knowledge to understand why and how one should surrender to Krishna. And after surrendering, what to do? What to do? After surrendering, what to do? That is the activity Lord Chaitanya came to teach us. He told us to surrender, and Chaitanya came to teach us what to do as a surrendered soul. Chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And to help us chant very nicely. To help us chant very nicely. To chant nicely means we should avoid inattentive chanting. To avoid inattentive chanting, so we can chant nicely. We must observe Ekadasi. The name of Ekadasi today? What's the name of Ekadasi today? Sapala Ekadasi ki Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. What does fasting mean for devotees? There are so many kinds of fasting. Actually, we eat more than other days during Ekadasi. So, how should we observe nicely fasting for Ekadasi?
Don't think of food. Don't. That is fasting. It is fasting. Fasting. Look at the word English. It means what? Abstain. Sure. It's like when is there. What else? Want to interpret it. And our language, control the senses. Right? Control the senses. Regulate the senses so that the senses can come to a perfect state. Touch, the touch. We have touch. For my country, touch is very common because you don't always have light. So touch is very common. Everybody has touch. So a touch has the glass in the front, like also your car has light. If you don't adjust the light properly, it will face down. and you won't see properly. Even though the light is very powerful, bright, you won't see because the light is facing down. If you want it to shine, you have to adjust it to face directly, then you can see. So the touch also like that. The light is spread. If you want, then you have to adjust it until it become concentrated, pointed. Then you can see very far. That is Krishna consciousness. Regulating the senses to come to self. According to Bhagavad Gita, like a lamp in a windless place. Lamp in a windless place. That is yoga. That is yoga. That is fasting. Regulating the senses. Read chapter 6. Krishna mentioned. Read chapter 6. Okay.
It is also recommended not to sleep throughout the Ekadasi period. If we are not able to do it, how can we initiate to do it? Is it recommended for us to do it?
Well, the best thing is fasting. That's the best one. If you do that nicely, it will cover all others. To cover. Let's do the best part. It will cover all others.
One more question, please. You related the story about the boy who tried to engage his brother spiritually in his lost moment. But he has not been able to do it, unfortunately. But we have also learned that one devotee can liberate so many generations, I don't know exactly, 3 generations. And if someone is advanced, he can up to 7 generations. So whatever we are not able to do in this life, how is it possible?
That one is done by Krishna, not we. The Krishna will take care of that. That is his promise. Say he will not he will not change his word. It's his promise. He will take care. He will take care. The boy tried. It didn't change him now, but Krishna will do it eventually. He will be helped because that is Krishna's promise. The boy wanted to maximize his fortune. That's what he was trying to do. But his karma was very, very heavy. So Krishna will take care. Yes, sir. This is a mic.
You refer to the Bhagavad Gita. You know the 3 parts of the Bhagavad Gita, which I've learned, I've read, but another interpretation. Chapter 7 to 12 is about devotional service. 13 to 18 is more about that. So I'm a bit confused.
Very confusion. If you look at it very carefully, look at it very carefully. A Karmi will not surrender. A Karmi will not surrender. A Gyani will not surrender. Only Bhakta will surrender. Why Bhakta? Because he has the knowledge. He understood perfectly everything. So Krishna asked Arjuna, this is 1872, did you hear me with an attentive mind? He said, yes. Illusion was begun by now. He said, yes. Surrender to me.
I tend to agree with you. I tend to agree with you. That was my first interpretation. Over time, I kept seeing that it's like a sandwich, 7 to 13 is, whether we have. Sorry.
Yes, that is what it is. It's a sandwich. Gita is a sandwich. The middle, first part, the last part, the middle. Krishna arranged it like that.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Swami Maharaj,
Hare Krishna.
thank you for the lecture. The emphasis was on fruity Bhakti,
Yes.
poison. The Vedas, we see that almost 90% the Vedas is composed of like fruity Bhakti. Very little of Jnana and Bhakti, even little. Amazing thing is that a lot of emphasis has been put in the Vedas on karma kama, fruity activity. It is like in a very secret way it is being disclosed that should be allowed. What is the intention behind?
Sylvester, they're all very kind. His intention was, let me, like Krishna is doing, gradually take people from animal life. That is the yoga ladder. Yoga ladder begins from an animal life, from animal life to karma, from karma to jnana, from jnana to bhakti. So let me take these animals and make them human beings. Then I'll gradually tell them, do this, give me some percentage. Right? When they do that, because if you do karma, according to the Vedas, if one gratify the senses, according to the Vedas, you get purified. If you gratify the senses outside the Vedas, you get condemned. But if you do it according to the Vedas, you get promotion. You get purified. And then you develop knowledge like that. And from that knowledge, one will come to renunciation. From the renunciation, we get to bhakti. That was Vyasadeva's intention to gradually take us from where we are, from animal platform to human platform, then you start bhakti. The problem with us is that we don't take advantage of the higher side. We take advantage of the lower side. Oh, the Vedas say like this. Okay, this is good. This is good. Prayers teacher, very good. If I do this, okay, I will do this to counteract it and continue with my life. Majority of people like that. Majority. You can remain pure, but I will also remain sinful. Anytime I have problem, I'll come to you, pray for me. I don't want to be pure like you. You're pure, that's okay. No, I'll be like this. The problem, I'll come to you, please. You pray for me, I get free, I'll go back to my sinful life. Majority of people are like that. Why majority are not coming to Krishna? Because of this. Because that is our need. That is the problem. So, now the money has to tell you yesterday, your intention is good, but you are dealing with little people. So they won't understand your intention. They will remain in their little position and thinking that you are giving them license to remain here. Change the topic. Then you give what Bhagavatam. They said Bhagavatam king. Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, in connection to fruitive activities, about service attitude, for example, let's say we serve devotees as a spiritual master, but in return we are expecting some advantage, like let's say I'm going to Dhira, I'm expecting some good accommodation facilities. Is this a proper attitude?
Fruity, contaminated.
Yes.
Contaminated. It is not devotional service. It is fruity, sinful.
It's often happens when the new disciples they put themselves in forefront and keep us at the back.
They are not disciples. They are not disciples. They are not the disciples. All cheaters. Shakapata bhaktas. Shakapat. They are cheaters. And the spiritual master will cheat all of them. How? They won't get prayer. They will get position which they want. They will get position which they want. They will get wife, husband, position, money, facility, house, cars. Prayer, Guru will not give them. You keep it for discomforted doctors. The sincere, straightforward disciples, they will get prayer. They may not have all the material facility, but prayer they will get. Guru Maharaj explained this. The sadhu is like a sword. Yes, the sword is two-sided, very sharp. You can cut like it, you can cut like this. Cheaters, you will cheated. Sincere, you benefited. One sword, according to what we are. So some of us are very foolish. We're thinking that I'm very expert, I'm very experienced. I'm an expert, but I can maneuver my way and get what I want. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. It is, we cannot do like that. We can only get ourselves cheated. Yes. If you think that material facilities is our reward for being a devotee, you will stay here. You go back to Britain. Only when you won't give up completely and the dealings is transparent, sweet, I will get everything which is necessary for going back home, back to God. What's your last question?
Hare Krishna. In the course of the lecture, you spoke about pretenders, and you also emphasized more on enjoyment. Now, if we look into enjoyment, a person cannot enjoy, there is no satisfaction on. And you emphasize a lot about us giving up enjoyment. Now, if we look at this properly, enjoyment comes from getting a certain satisfaction. Just like you gave the analysis of salt, the person that is cooking and put salt in the food. The person puts salt again and again because there's an internal dissatisfaction within that the salt is not enough. Now, if we come into our Krishna conscious atmosphere and our Krishna conscious environment, the emphasis of give up enjoyment is basically saying give up satisfaction. And how can we practice what there is no satisfaction in? How do we really balance it? And hence, it comes to a tendency for people or for us to pretend that I am satisfied, but in reality, we are not satisfied. So, how do we bridge these two together to be able to truly understand it for what it is? You know, like give up attachment, but it's basically satisfaction. This is the question.
We don't know what is enjoyment. We don't know enjoyment. We are suffering and smiling. It is not enjoyment. It is enjoyment. Prabhupada said, struggle for existence. That's not enjoyment. Not satisfaction. No. Enjoyment is the spirit soul, not the body. Matter is always already dead material. How can you enjoy it? How? Doesn't. Doesn't. Who enjoys the spirit soul? And the spirit soul's enjoyment is with Krishna. Lord is body. That is living material. It was Krishna. So if we are not Krishna conscious, forget about it. Forget that God. It doesn't exist. It is true, there's enjoyment, but we don't know what it is and how to get it. Right? If you get money, please show me the market where you will buy happiness. Show me. You have any market here to buy? It is only Krishna. It's only Krishna. So we are saying that if we want to have life, then it is with Krishna. Krishna is requesting we should put Krishna consciousness in our life. Then we'll be free from suffering and then we can enjoy. Bhagavad Gita 266. 266. One who is not connected with Krishna. What is life? 266. You see the word Krishna wrote. Na asti buddhiri ayukta. Ayukta means not connected. Not connected with Krishna. Not connected with Krishna. Na chaya yukta sya bhavana. Na cha bhava yata santi. Asanta sya kuta chuka. Kuta. Where? How? How? Huh? One who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna consciousness, huh? One who is not connected with Krishna, the Supreme Krishna consciousness, can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness? How? It does not exist. So we should follow Krishna. Like Krishna, he will get satisfied. That is the point. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.